Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever other times of the day there are. Good brunch, good, I don't know, sunset, whatever. Hello, how we all doing? Welcome back to Football Heritage TV. It has been 5 days since yet another piss poor, embarrassing performance under Igor Tudor, and Spurs haven't done anything yet. Now, are they doing anything in the background? We don't know, but right now, Spurs are embarrassing themselves on a daily basis. Sunderland away in 16 days, I believe. Sunderland away in 16 days at the moment. Who's giving Spurs any hope of winning that game? Not me. Doesn't mean we won't. I just don't know. They'll be organised, compact. They'll be set up like a team. They'll be set up like a team. They'll play to the basics and they'll just get the job done. Can Spurs nick a result? Maybe. Problem we've got is I just don't know who goes there and scares them enough. Our only outlet at the moment is Tell. He doesn't score. He doesn't assist. Porro on the right wing, for me, isn't going to score, isn't really going to assist. Richie and Solanke, you never know which ones you're going to get. And if we keep playing this 4-4-2 with Sarr and Gray, neither of them are creative. So how are Spurs going to score goals? Lots of talk that Kudus could be back, but again, how fit? How many games is it going to take for him to get up to speed? James Maddison, they're talking about, could be close to a return, but probably looking at the end of April, which by then it could be too late. Other than that, what on earth is there coming back that saves Tottenham? This is the worry. So what we're going to do today's show, the first part of the show, we're going to have a look at TalkSport again. I like looking at these videos, and there was a video with Gus Poyet, ex-Spurs player, and also Danny Murphy, ex-Spurs player, talking about the manager situation. And I thought it was a really good video. I'm going to show you it. Obviously, full credit to TalkSport, and the link will be in the chat. But again, Murphy and Gus Poyet talking about going back to basics. And as I said a million times, when everyone keeps trying to come up with these, back to basics, Stop worrying about diamonds. Stop worrying about three at the back. Go back to basics. Let the defenders defend. Go back to basics. So we'll have a look, see what those two have got to say shortly. Then I'm going to do a keep, sell, loan, and 50-50. There'll be a few players I'm not sure. And obviously, this is going to be very difficult because we don't know what league we're going to be in. So I will do two probably. The first one will be for if we stay up. By the way, I am somebody that thinks we need major sweeping changes, whether we go down or stay up. I am bored to death now of these players getting protected. I am so bored to death of Van der Ven and Romero being hyped up as top centre-halves when they're not. I'm so bored of hearing about Pedro Porro. He's been here for 4 years now. I still can't see the hype on him. Dogie, the same. Bentancur. We'll go through them all. But I'm so bored of the hype for so many of these players. I'm a fan that's grown up watching proper footballers. Now I'm told I have to hype up these very average players. I won't do it. I don't do it. But you've got an agenda. No, I haven't. I like good footballers. That's it. I like good footballers. That's my agenda. I like good footballers. Not, oh, you can see he's got, I don't care about all that. I like good footballers. We are Tottenham Hotspur. We are Tottenham Hotspur. Anyway, let's have a chat. Sorry, my wife's message. My wife, have you got anything out the dinner for freezer? Out of the freezer for dinner. Brilliant. Anyway, let me just message you back. Yes. Sorry, 1 second. These are the sort of messages I get, because I work from home. Hang on 1 second. I'm live. Message after. Message you after. Oh, should probably say love you. Yeah, love you. There you go. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Chris, I said yes and I haven't, so I'm going to have to get something out, right? I've said yes. We all do that, right? We all do that, don't we? Have you got anything out for dinner? Yeah, of course. Savva runs to the freezer to check what is in there and get something out for dinner. Sometimes if I want a takeaway on purpose, I don't get anything out. And then I go, oh, shit, I forgot. Oh, we'll have to get a Chinese or we'll have to get How we laugh. How we laugh. Good morning to each and every one of you. How we doing? How we doing? By the way, people saying no Marios today. Yeah, I blocked Marios for good. I can't deal with him. He does not learn and he is totally incapable of just having a normal conversation. Matt isn't as bad. Matt can come in. But again, it's just so boring when every time it's just contrarian views, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I could say that I've got a pug and he'd say, no, you haven't. Like, he's that sort of person. You know, I say, let's go back to basics. Oh, why not try a diamond? It's like, if I had said, let's try a diamond, he'd say, no, a diamond won't work. You can't win. That's the sort of person he is. So yeah, everybody, yeah, Marios is gone. Listen, as I said, I gave him the chance last week. Oh, by the way, hang on. Am I seeing this correctly? Roy Hodgson to take charge of Bristol City for the last 7 games of the season. Wow. Wow. There you go. Roy Hodgson. He should have come to us. Roy Hodgson. Get him in. Get him in, Vinay. Get him in. Let's have a look. I want to show you this. Let me get the right layout. So for anyone who doesn't know, when you have StreamYard, you've got all these different layouts. So this is called the TalkSport layout. This is for buy, keep, and sell. Here is just for me talking normally. This is if I want to show this in a tiny screen. So you've got all these different screens, and I always get them wrong all the time. Look, I'm going to show you a video in a second. It is. I thought it was a good chat. It's only like 6-7 minutes, and we'll watch little bits of it at a time. And look, Spurs are in the media more than anyone else at the moment. And it's understandable, right? It is understandable. We are in the media more than anyone else because we're a bigger club than most. And we're a mess. And listen, I don't, everyone can have their chat all the time. Loads of people are going in depth about who the next manager is. As I've said before, I don't really think it matters at the moment. I'm not talking about the interim. I think that does matter. But the long term, everyone's like, oh, just bring back Poch and everything is fixed. Is it? We had him before. Was it fixed? No. Did we put a plan in place? No. We had Conte, we had Jose, no plan. Honestly, I'll tell you what makes me laugh as well. You know, I just say it as it is. The number of people that, because I put Conte's rant up on a short the other day, the number of people that respond going, yeah, and you didn't want him. The number of people that just can't apply context to an opinion, i.e., I didn't want Conte because Conte is not the right manager for Tottenham the way we were set up. Conte is not the manager you bring in and say, this is the manager for 3 or 4 years that's going to build something. He's not that guy. Conte is the manager right now. Conte is the manager a Liverpool could get. Go, right, there's our top squad. Go and win us something, right? If Liverpool brought in a Conte, you'd probably go, Liverpool will be favourites to win something because that's what Antonio Conte does. You can't bring him in at Spurs and go on, build for 3 or 4 years with Sessegnon and Dyer and Davis and Lascelles. That's not how it works. It's just so funny that there's no context applied to any football opinion. If I sit up here and go, I'm concerned about Poch coming back, just hypothetically, people will go, if Poch joins, they go, you didn't want him. And it's like, no, listen to the words that are being attached to the opinion. We seem to be a world now, don't we, in 2026 of people that are just unable to separate conversation. They're unable to decompartmentalize. But you said this. Yeah, but why did I say that? But you said, yeah, but why did I say that? Right? Like, come on. It's truly worrying. But look, let's have a look at this video in a minute. I think it's very interesting. Joey Button, absolutely. Perception and perspective are two very different things. I.e., right? Do I think that all the Spurs players are terrible? No. Do I think it's a terribly put together squad? Yes. Two massive differences, right? I.e., I'm just going to make this up, right? I.e., take Romero again. Just take Romero and Porro. They could be brilliant in the right setup with the right players around them. I think in this setup, it's terrible. It's not been put together with anything in mind. And that is where I think it's very, very difficult to have the conversation with a lot of fans. It's where a lot of the people, like the Matts and the Marioses, they're incapable of separating A, B, and C. They just see this kind of black or white world where you said that, it means that. And I find that quite funny. That's why I like having the in-depth one-on-one conversation where you can actually break it down. Look, I'm a true believer, right? I'm a true believer that you've got to have a plan, you've got to have a strategy, and you've got to buy for said plan and said strategy. I'm also a firm believer that you just can't get, right? You just can't get any old players that you think are good and go on, play together. Now, we've got loads of data that shows that. Look at the Real Madrid team, right? How many Galacticos back in the day did they have? They couldn't win the Champions League because it was just too many Galacticos at once. Too many Galacticos at once. Hang on. Let's not get that. Is that better? Yes. Sorry. If I have it tilting, you can see Sky Sports in the background. Too many Galacticos at once. Look at PSG. You know, if you have Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, it's too much at once. Maybe if you just have Messi and a couple round, right? So you get my point. And this is why I think it's very, very difficult as a content creator when people just see snippets to actually use this. And I can always tell, honestly. So you've seen, I put out shorts every day. So what I do is I have the show, and then AI clips up clips for me. It suggests clips for me that I can put forward, and then I put them out. And the number of people that just respond with just such ludicrous comments is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. I'll say it, how dumb this world is now. I'm truly worried. Something my brother always says to me is, and my brother's a couple of years older than me, he says to me, I'm so glad that I'm not a youngster in this era. Like, he's so glad he's not a youngster in this era that are being brought into this world of just say whatever you want and label it as an opinion. That's not life, but it's my opinion. Sure. Any data or any evidence? No, but it's just my opinion. Sure. Okay, cool. Just my opinion. Sure. I like to go a bit more on facts, a bit more on evidence. Listen, opinions are great if it's something that can't be proved or disproved, right? But when my opinion, for example, is that Yang is a top player, but based on what? Well, it's just my opinion. Sure, but based on what? Like, look at how many people love Vuskovic, for example. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but how many people have actually gone and watched him play for Hamburg? How many people could sit here right now and tell you what Vuskovic's strengths are as a defender? Forget the goals. Forget all the videos of he scored again last night. Of course, I wake up. I've got 4 people that have sent me a video of Vuskovic scoring. Great. But who of them can tell me, do you know what? I've actually watched Hamburg play 4 or 5 times this year. This is what Vuskovic is good at. This is where he needs to improve. Very, very interesting, isn't it? Which is why, and I'll say this, when YouTubers who hardly know footballers, when Spurs sign an unknown player and the video is why Matisse Tell solves Spurs problems, how do you take that seriously? Yeah? Why Spurs youngsters will conquer. Brilliant. Like it's not really based on anything, is it? But the more data you get, you know, it is what it is. So, for example, let me just give you an example, right? So, Vuskovic, right? Powerful, right? I watched him 3 or 4 times this year, I would say. I've watched Hamburg games. Powerful, right? Very good in the air, right? Very, very good in the air. Strong, quick across the ground. Very good in the opposition penalty box. Now, defensively, what I've seen is what I would expect from an 18-year-old centre-half. Concentration, switches off, positioning. And I would expect that from an 18-year-old, right? You would expect that. You're learning. Listen, you've been playing football. He's probably been playing football since he was 4. But in senior football, you would expect those things, right? But what we will do is, without seeing any of that, fans will go, he's the best centre-half at the club, he's got to play. Now, that's fine, but you get my point. I'm not knocking Vuskovic, by the way. Hopefully, lots of you can see what I'm trying to say. And folk, right, similar to Romero, right. But the difference is, right, is not saying you said this, but one is 18, one is 27, 28. And that's the point, right? Vuskovic needs time, and he'll learn and he'll grow. You're absolutely right. Matt, oh, look, you've changed your name because of the other Matt, haven't you? You've changed your name because of the other Matt. I've yet to evidence he's a real person. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, this comment always makes me laugh. I mean, listen, I have seen nothing in Archie Gray that makes me go, he's going to be as good as Declan Rice. Now, that's yet. Next year will be year 3. Can he establish himself as the main man in a team that doesn't lose each week? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But listen, hopefully he is. But from what I've seen, I think when I saw Declan Rice burst onto the scene, and I've got to be really careful with this because different players develop at different stages in their career, right? There are some players that hit the ground running from 16, 17. Look at Messi. Look at your Mount, right? Rooney, Owen. Some players don't peak for years. Some players don't start to develop a bit more, right? You look at people like Jamie Vardy, people like Ian Wright, all of these types of people. When I watched Rice burst onto the scene at West Ham, just me personally, I went, yeah, that's a good player. That's a good player. You could see every facet of his game. Strong, quick, athletic, good on the ball, likes getting in the tackle, can read a game. And I thought, yeah. And that was from about the age of 18. With Gray, I'm not there yet. With Gray, I see bits, but not enough that I go, yeah. Now, does that mean in 2 years' time he won't be a top player? That doesn't mean that at all. But I think fans, we're very desperate to rush players' abilities. I think we're very, very desperate to rush them. And I'll call it as I see it. If I don't rate it at the moment, I'll say it. If I do, I'll say it. Do I want to be wrong on every player? Of course. I want every player at Spurs to be amazing. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Are we buying more 14-year-olds, are we? Yeah, isn't this kid 14? Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, and that's the point, right? Rice went into the first team, stayed in the first team, and then was sold for 100 million 4 or 5 years later, right? And that's the difference for me. But hey, we don't know. And the point isn't that Gray won't be that good. It isn't that he will be. It's about let him develop and get there before he's put there. And when fans, this is my big bugbear, when fans talk about ceilings, how the fuck do you know? You are not watching these players week in, week out in training. How on earth do you know? Big up, Dan. Absolutely. It is the bias. Exactly. And I'll tell you, this is a great point, Dan, because if a player like Tell or Gray played for Arsenal or Chelsea, we'd be looking and going, there's nothing special. Because they played for Spurs, rather than saying, well, let's hope they develop, we go, cool, look how good he is. And yeah, absolutely, I agree. Right. Let's have a look at this video because I think this is really interesting. Yeah. See, again, when you're saying Gray is brilliant, the definition of brilliant for me is not Gray. Lamine Yamal, that is brilliant. Not not Archie Gray. Like there's levels to this. Like what superlatives do we want to throw? And by the way, this isn't about Gray. This is about all players coming through. Look at Gray is technically the better than who? Technically better than who is Archie Gray, Joe? Who is he technically better than? Interesting. You know, if we look at who's the young midfielder at West Ham, is it Potts? Because his dad played, didn't he? Right? Potts. Right? The West Ham fans say, I'll speak to my mates, they say, yeah, he's good, he's young, but he needs time, he needs to learn, he needs to grow, he needs to develop. We have already announced that our youngsters, it's just mad. Sorry, Archie Gray is technically better than Declan Rice. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're watching. And again, when I say big up to Joe, each to their own. But when you want to talk about bias, Archie Gray is better technically than Declan Rice. What on earth are we doing here? What on earth are we doing? And that right there shows to me, look how quickly we judge a player when they've not done anything yet. Right? Like it's just truly, truly remarkable that we get there, right? Listen, I think I've seen some nice bits from him this year. I've not seen anything that makes me think he should be a starter for Spurs. And I think if he is a starter for Spurs, I think it shows the levels we have dropped to, right? Anyway, let's listen to what these guys say, shall we? Let's have a listen. Let's listen. Now, I thought this was interesting. So, again, I've put the link to this video in my chat, right? I put the link to my video in the chat, and we can say it afterward. But Finley saying he said technically the better because he's younger. But technically better at what? But technically better than what, Finlay? I understand. Finlay, I read English very well. Believe it or not, I read and write English very well. But technically better than what? Right? I don't know what. By this age, Declan Rice has established himself as the main man at West Ham. Right? From the age of 18, Declan Rice was playing week in, week out, running the midfield for West Ham. So technically better at what? I cannot believe we're actually having these conversations. And this is why other fan bases take the piss out of us. I'm sorry. I think Archie Gray's done some good things this year. I think he's done some things where you go, yeah, you're young. But again, how young is young? But anyone talking about better than Declan Rice, you know, that's crazy. Anyway, let's have a look and see what Danny Murphy and Gus Poyet said, because I think this is interesting.
This time yesterday, sitting in the very seat that is occupied by one Danny Murphy was one Gus Poyet, of course, a one-time Chelsea player, but a one-time Tottenham player as well. And we got on almost inevitably to the subject of Tottenham Hotspur right now. And of course, we know where they are, 17th in the Premier League, 1-7-31, just above West Ham. And obviously, the alarm bells are ringing. What did Poyet think regarding Spurs and a relegation battle?
They're in danger. I saw something in the derby that I didn't like, second half. And this weekend, the second half was as well, a little bit scary.
What did you see?
Well, it's like there is no way, because here is, like Simon said, you need to find the reason and sort it out. Now, well, we said in Spanish yesterday.
Yeah.
You don't have time now. You don't have time. And in the next game, I think it's Sunderland away. All the best.
Now, I think that's interesting, right? So Gus Poyet telling us what we all know there, that we need to find out the problem, sort it out quickly. But what I liked was the sentence, Sunderland away. Yeah? All the best. Like, because people know now, when we sit here as a fan base and go, it's only Sunderland, their players aren't good, we're better than them. They're a team. they're a team. And this is what people can't get. This is what people can't get. By the way, Joe, I did see your comment, by the way, but I don't know what he's better at. When you said he's better at the tech, better at what tech? There's nothing Archie Gray is better at than Declan Rice. Not one thing. Not one thing is he better than Declan Rice, apart from being younger. Anyway, let's see what Poyet goes on to say.
To go up there. And you need to go there with something very clear. I think we lost the basics in football. Me as a coach, the basic things, the normal basic things that you do when defending, when, passing the ball with the angles, basic things. And also we lost a little bit the players in the best positions.
Right. Right. Isn't that it? Right? Isn't that it? Right? Basics. Joe, please stop. This is absolutely ridiculous. Declan Rice is England's best midfielder. Just stop this. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is why, no offense, fans like you are why we get mocked by the world of football. Who on earth, other than Spurs fans, think that Archie Gray is better at those things than Declan Rice? Declan Rice is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. What are we doing? This is why we absolutely deserve to be where we are. Fans like Joe don't know what a good footballer is anymore. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, right? Poyet is bang on. The basics. He said, we've lost the basics. Go back to the basics. Defenders defend. Midfielders protect the back four. Basic passing. Not amazing. Basic passing. Players in the right position. He is bang on, isn't he? He's absolutely bang on. The basics. The basics. Let's see what else he says. Oh, sorry, I don't know why it didn't start.
I mean, the bottom line is, Danny, Gus Poyet suggesting that it's time. They're running out of time to get it right. And if they don't get it right, they'll drop. Do you believe that?
Yeah. They look all over the place.
Right. That first sentence, right? That first sentence is crazy. Crazy. Yes, they could drop. They look all over the place. And this is what happens when you float from a back three to a back four to two up front to one up front. This week we've got wingers. Next week we've got no wingers. This week we've got a playmaker. This week we've got no playmaker. This is what happens. Danny Murphy is spot on. We are all over the place. And the only ones that can't seem to see it are the board.
They showed a bit of resilience second half at Liverpool. Other than that, the games I've seen them have been pretty woeful, and they don't look together. It doesn't look like you can see when you're fighting down the bottom. The one thing you got to have is a resilience and togetherness and a desire to defend.
Did you watch them in the first half against Forest and think they were going to get beat 3? Because I didn't.
No, they did all right for 20, 25 minutes. They caused Forest a few problems, but it felt like Forest were weathering the storm, and they dug in and they got men behind the ball, and they had that one that hit the bar with a long throw in and a couple of half chances. But you expect that because they just had a good week. But when Forest then got the goal, and the really worrying thing was the capitulation. The energy didn't go the other way, which it should do when you're 1-0 down in terms of your reaction. They shrunk. They shrunk, and it looked.
Now, that's a wonderful point, right? The moment the goal went in, we capitulated. Now, at that point, where are your leaders? Who are your leaders? Where are your leaders? Where are your leaders? Where's the Romero going, right, guys, calm down. It's only one. Shut up shop for a little bit. Be difficult to... First 5-10 minutes of the second half, don't give anything away. Be difficult to beat. Where are those leaders?
Looked, there was a bit of fear in them, which is understandable because they've struggled at home so badly. And the expectation of the crowd is there, the disgruntlement's there, and it takes a strong mindset to play through that. But Gus is right. Defensively, you have to be clued up, switched on, do the basics right, and they don't. They don't, and that's the coach's fault.
Are they going to get out of this?
That's the coach's fault.
That's the question.
Are they going to get out of this?
I've got a feeling no at the minute. I think
they'll go down.
And I think they need to change the coach. That'll give them a chance. And whoever goes in has just got to stop conceding goals.
And that's the point, right? And that's the point. When we changed manager from Frank to Tudor, everyone said anyone but Frank. And the problem is this guy's conceding more goals than Frank. A lot more goals than Frank. And surely if you change manager, you've got to change to someone that the first thing you do is make the team hard to beat. The first thing you do is what Forest have done. Back four, two in front of them. Right, there's our base. There's our solid base that we build and grow from. Not Spurs. Not Spurs.
Because you'll nick a goal. Don't need to worry about how you score.
Yeah.
Simplify the game.
Yeah.
More pragmatic. Play percentages. That's how you get out of it. When I watch Forest at City and when I watch Forest second half against Tottenham, they didn't half have a good shape without the ball. Really good shape. I know, that's basic stuff.
Yeah.
West Ham now under Nuno, they've got a good shape, good platform. I know Villa beat them. Villa are a good side. It's hard to go to Villa when you're playing well. Never mind when you've. That was only West Ham's second defeat in 7. So they've got a bit about them. They're having a go. And the reason I think Tottenham, if they keep the manager, will go is because I don't see anybody who's come just about to get fit or sitting on the bench waiting in the wings who's got the capability of grabbing a game and calming everybody down.
Right. And that sentence there, right? That sentence there is everything that I think has been wrong with Tottenham. It's only my personal opinion. That sentence there is why I think Spurs are in this mess. A lot of why we're in this mess on the pitch is because what Danny Murphy said there. There is no player there who can grab a game, calm it down, right, and get them playing. There is no one. And he said, who's coming back? All right, Kudus, a right winger is coming back. But who's coming back to sort us out in the middle of the park? Right? Who's coming back to calm the game down, to settle everything? There's no one. There's absolutely no one.
Getting them playing.
Yeah. I mean, Poyet would, he virtually told us yesterday, Simon, if he got a phone call from the hierarchy, yes, he would go in there. I've heard Tim Sherwood's name. Are there people out there, with all due respect to Igor Tudor, who's back in Croatia following the family bereavement?
Yeah.
If he does depart, is there a name in your mind that you would throw in who would get it right for Tottenham?
Well, right now, the one that screams to me, but he's not Tottenham. So Sam Allardyce is the man who knows how to get results at that. But he's been out of the game a while, so it's probably unrealistic. Tim Sherwood would be a good one. Tim knows what he's doing. Tim played in sides that were good defensively, pragmatic, knew how to get results. He kept. I think he kept Villa up, didn't he? That time he went in there, and I think he's confident, strong.
So out there. And Danny,
out there, yeah.
Finish on this with me. I'm looking.
I think that's a good point, isn't it? When he's saying Tim Sherwood, and again, Tim Sherwood, no one's saying that's your manager for 4 or 5 years, but Tim Sherwood is a man who knows Spurs, who knows the Premier League, managed in the Premier League. He's been in a relegation battle before with Villa and kept them up. And he'll do the basics. He's already told us how many times before every Spurs game, Tim Sherwood comes out and says, here's what I do today. And what does he do? He goes to basics. Everyone in their right position, he goes to basics. Right? Back to basics. I still can't believe when people are saying we need this manager for a relegation battle. We need De Zerbi for tiki-taka. We need it. Back to basics. Now it's not about style. With 7 games to go, no one's going to care if we play the worst, ugliest football in the world, but scrape 2 or 3 1-0 wins. No one's going to give a shit as long as we stay up. So could it be someone like a Sherwood? Why haven't they gone to a Sherwood? There's the question. By the way, I'm not going to sit here and go, if Sherwood comes in, we 100% stay up. But I'd have more faith in Tim Sherwood doing the basics than I would with Igor Tudor. And now for the last minute of this video, they talk about the fixtures. This is interesting.
Simon, at their fixtures. In the remaining fixtures, there's no Arsenal, there's no Manchester City, there's no Manchester United. So they've got Sunderland, Brighton, Wolves, Villa, Leeds, Chelsea and Everton. Do they get much out of those?
Well, as I said, again, it depends if they make a change, because I think it can help get the fans on side and actually just change the narrative a little bit. But I've looked at all the teams' fixtures down there, and I think they're struggling. I think they could go.
You still think West Ham will go?
And guys, before we finish off that video, isn't that the worry? How many people now, like pundits, are going, yeah, I think they might go. I'm worried. I'm looking at the games. I'm looking at the way the team's set up. Where are the points coming from? We've still got people going, yeah, we'll be all right. And let's hope they're right. But does anyone truly believe that we're staying up if Igor Tudor is the manager? I don't know. I'm worried. Let's see. This is Simon Jordan. He thinks West Ham will go.
I do, and not because I want them to, as West Ham fans to be alighting upon. I don't. If anything, if you want a media story, you want Forest or Spurs to go down and West Ham stay up. Because if Forest go down and West Ham stay up, it's all about Marinakis and Nuno Espirito Santo. If Spurs go down, it's a huge story. Yeah. Because you've got rid of Daniel Levy, you've got this huge stadium, this massive football club. Yeah. So there's much more interest in that than West Ham going down.
Sure. You know, just quickly, West Ham's next 4 games. Wolves at home.
Is that the next game?
Yeah.
West Ham's next game.
Wolves can't win away. Palace away, who are struggling, not playing that well. They've got Everton at home and Brentford. Now that's 4 games, all due respect to that opposition, that West Ham will feel. Yeah. When you look at Tottenham's next 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Don't miss kickoff tonight from 7, because Reshman Chowdhury will host a special edition.
I mean, look, I think, by the way, that video is in full. The link is in the description to this show. Thank you, TalkSport, for that. I thought it was a very good summary, right? And again, what I've seen a lot of fans do is they go, yeah, but I don't like whoever the pundit is. Yeah, but that's Merson saying that. Oh, that's Murphy. That's Poyet. They're all saying the same thing. They are all very worried for Spurs. I am very worried for Spurs. I'll get called negative for it, but I am very worried for Spurs. This is why I wanted personally Tudor to go weeks ago. I was very worried. Very worried. I wanted a new manager in for the Nottingham Forest game. I don't really care about the Atletico games. I wanted a new manager in for the Forest game because that was a huge game. But you're right. There are 21 points to play for. Right, there are. But right now, listen, I speak for all of us, right? Yeah. Again, as I said, fans that are not getting it, like this guy did this yesterday. When you're saying that is what will sell, dude, are you not understanding the perilous position Tottenham Hotspur are in? I don't think you can really be a proper fan and if you don't quite understand the vast quagmire we are in right now. I mean, if you can't see how bad this is, mate, I worry for you. It's easy to keep saying West Ham will go down, not Spurs. But I don't see where we get a win from. I just don't at the moment. I just don't. Giggity. Yeah, absolutely. Quagmire. Oh, giggity. He's a great character, isn't he? Yeah, hence why my dog is called Stewie. Big Family Guy fan. I think it's very easy for people to say, don't worry, don't worry. How can you not be worried? Surely there isn't a single Spurs fan that can honestly, hand on heart, tell me they're not worried. If West Ham win against Wolves at home, let this sink in. If West Ham beat Wolves at home on Friday night, now it's 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks today. If West Ham win that game, we are in the bottom 3. And I've just got people going, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. Savva, you're so negative. Don't worry, Savva, you negative Nancy. All right, I won't worry. It's just the 13 games without a win. But don't worry. Don't worry. For me not to worry, I need to know where the wins and points are coming from. All right? I need to know where the wins and the points are coming from. Forget which players I like, and we're going to do in a minute keep, sell, loan. But, hey, big up my boy Paddy Hartnett. Haven't spoken to you for ages, Paddy. Hope you're well. Said I'm shitting it and have been for a long time. We're in big trouble. We go into the bottom three and we're staying there. And this is my worry, Paddy, right? Now, I might be wrong, but if West Ham beat Wolves, does anyone here really see Spurs rolling up their sleeves and going, right, we will go to Sunderland and get a win? Morning. I'm going to go with Kate because of the kiss, but maybe it's Jim. Kate and Jimbo. Kate, let me know if you want to jump on for an hour or so. I'm going to do keep, sell, loan. You're more than welcome. Just, you've got my number. Send me a WhatsApp. And when you WhatsApp me, you get to see a lovely picture of my old Frank, don't you? Who's still my WhatsApp picture. I don't think I'm ever going to be ready to let this boy go. God, a video came up the other day of him and I just went, Frank. Oh my God, my little Frank. Doesn't matter how much I love Stewie and Stanley. Frank was my first. Anyway, I digress. But, does anyone truly see Spurs going, right, here's a win at Sunderland? Sure, a point. But if West Ham beat Wolves, we don't need a point. We need 3. Now, can we beat Sunderland? Sure, right? But we've been saying this for 3 months, haven't we? Do you know tomorrow will be 3 months exactly since we last won a Premier League game? So tomorrow is the 28th of March. We've not won a Premier League game since the 28th of December. Right? So when people say to me, just be positive. Well, I hate to break it to people. Just being positive isn't what's going to get us out of this. The players being set up properly and the players fighting is going to get us out of this. So I'm worried. I'm truly, truly worried. Sunderland don't lose many at home. Sunderland don't lose many at home. I believe they lost to, I want to say they lost to Fulham at home and who else did they lose to at home? Liverpool? Somebody they lost to at home. Let's have a look at Sunderland's home form, shall we? Let's have a look at the Premier League. Home form. I mean, Sunderland have conceded 14 goals at home all season. Sunderland have conceded 14 goals at home all season. 14. That's less than 1 a game. One a game. Wow. Look, I don't know. I'm worried. I don't know. I don't know whether all of this bringing De Zerbi now or Poch now, I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know if those guys normally take a bit of time to settle their teams and get going. I don't know if that's what the club needs, but we'll see. Listen, I'm going to do this now. Now, this should be interesting, shouldn't it? Let's see. There we go. Keep, loan, sell, or 50-50. It's like a game show. I'd be a great game show host. What would we call it? It couldn't be called Keep, Loan, Sell. Everyone in the chat, before we get going, let's have a little bit of light-hearted fun. What would this game show be called if we were talking about Spurs players? Keep, loan, or sell? Let's see who's got any banter in them. Who knows? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Strike it, Spursy. There's a great one. Strike it, Spursy. Top, middle, or bottom. I used to love Strike It. I used to love that show. What's it going to be? Top, middle, or bottom? Used to love that. Used to absolutely love that. Taking out the trash, the Tottenham version. Jesus Christ. Pointless. It already exists, but it does absolutely work here, right? Snog, marry, avoid. My wife. There you go. I said that to her once. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, we snogged, we married, and I try and avoid you at all costs when you're angry. It's just mad, isn't it? I don't know. Who else has got one? Pointless. Daryl has obviously voted in my poll. In the poll, it says how many of the Spurs squad need to be refreshed. I've put less than 5, 5 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 plus. And I know that sounds crazy, but you all know I'm on the 16 plus. I'm not, we're about to do this, but I'm not affiliated to many of these players at all. I think so many of them are poor. Sell. It's all Spurs. The wheel of misfit. I love it. See, now my brain doesn't go to these as quick as some of you lot. This is what I love about YouTube. This is what I love, the game of doom. Yeah, with the background, we could dun 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 Tottenham. Jesus Christ. Shithouse bingo. Yeah, by the way, silly singularity. Only 3 clubs have ever had a worse winless run in the Premier League history, and they've all been relegated. Honestly, in my mind, I'm kind of settled on the Championship. I'll be honest, I'm kind of getting there. I'm kind of preparing myself for all the banter that's going to come my way and that we're going down. Play your Spurs right. Yeah. The sell, kill, or destroy. Dumbest dumber. The breakdown. The wheel of average players. Let the fire sale commence. Wheel of meh. Only fools and Hotspurs. I like that. Only fools and Hotspurs. Rat trap instead of mouse trap. Oh, God. Who wants to be a Championship player? Logan, what do you mean I don't look worried? Mate, I don't know where a win's coming from. I can't sit here like that. I can't sit here with a slapped ass for a face for a week, can I? Come on. Just so you know, I'm actually out tonight. So whatever I get out, I'll tell you what I'm going to get out, Matt. Do you know what I'm going to get out? I'm going to get out something that I wouldn't eat, but that she would. Yeah? And that is fish. So I'll get her some fish out. She can have that, but I'll do that. Remind me, everybody, let's hear them. When I close this show, please, can the last thing you all say to me, freezer, just say freezer or dinner, freezer dinner, something like that. Bargain hunt, Joey Arton, the scorched earth. Oh, sale of the century. Oh gosh, yes, I'm old enough. The worst generation. Fun house, whole lot of fun, prizes to be won. What is it? You've got to use your brain if you want to play the game. Pat Sharp and the 2 twins, right? I wonder what they're doing now, the 2 twins. How old would those 2 twins be? I'm going to Google it. The Funhouse twins. That looks like I'm Googling something really dodgy, doesn't it? The Funhouse twins. Here you go. The Funhouse twins. Here we go. Oh, wow. Martina and Melanie. They are 53 years of age. Oh, my God. The Funhouse twins are 53 years of age. Wow. Oh, wow. I've got to show this. I've got to show you. Now, this will show your age if anyone remembers, right? This is the Funhouse twins. Here they are. This was them 3 years ago. There they are. Oh, my God. The Funhouse twins. There they are. God, I did not think I'd be talking about the Funhouse twins today. Anyway, where were we? We were doing this, weren't we? Hopefully that's just gone straight back into shape. Yes, it has. Right. Let's do this. Now, some caveats before everybody gets really pissed off at Savva. Oh, Savva would sell this player. He's a horrible wanker. Get him off. What a shit YouTuber you are. My favourite one is when people message me and go, this is why your channel's not growing. I don't think it's done too bad, has it? As far as Spurs content creators go, I think I've done all right. I'm not a big time baller like Sean. Am I, Sean Butler? But I've done all right. Barry, let me know if you want to come on. I know you pretend to work during the day. Story for you. When we went to, yes, and yes. Look at this, right? There's the line. Right. 4:15 today. This is all getting sorted. Look at the blood. Look at it. Look at the state of it. I've got an interview at 3 as well. So look at the state of it. So yeah, that's why there's no product in it. That's why it looks a complete mess. Look, I just again, someone messaged me yesterday going, "You're receding badly," and I was like, "I'm 43. Most of my mates haven't got any hair left at 43." Anyway, we digress. Yes, I am the best. No, I'm just joking. What was I saying? The story, right? Oh my God. So me and Barry, right? Barry and I. No, it wasn't. Barry, myself, and Haz. Remember Haz? Right? What a legend Haz is. Me, Haz, right? Haz, Barry, and I, we're driving to Liverpool. Barry's driving, right? We're driving to Liverpool for the Content Creators Awards 2 years ago, maybe. I can't even remember when it was. 18 months, 2 years ago. And oh my God, this man's work phone does not stop ringing. Literally, the phone will go down a minute later. But a minute later. And you're thinking, oh, it must be a busy day. Then the next day we're driving back. Now Perchy's with us. Now Perchy wasn't in the car on the way up there because he flew in from Barcelona where he used to live from. But on the way back, we were dropping him to his mum's gaff in London somewhere. I won't say where. And oh my God. Ding, 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 ding. Oh my God. It was just like, stop your phone ringing. Stop your phone ringing. Anyway, shit story. Here we are. Ready? Let's play Keep, Loan, Sell or 50-50, which is kind of my get out of jail free card. Now, this is on the proviso. We're going to do it afterwards, by the way, for if we go down. But this is if we stay up. Let's assume Spurs win a couple of games and we stay up. Honestly, guys, I kid you not. I'm in a good mood today, by the way, but I kid you not. I'm genuinely preparing myself for championship life. I'm genuinely that worried. And I'm starting to convince myself that, don't worry, at least there's no VAR. Like, that's where I'm at. At least there's no VAR. How bad is that? That's what I'm thinking. At least there's no VAR. I'm looking at the positives of the championship. That's how shit I think we are. That's how shit. Exactly, Kate. Lincoln away, ole, ole. It's bad. It's bad. But you know what? As my wife said to me last night, I was talking to her about this and she's looking at me as if to say, I don't care. Like, she's like, I don't care. We were watching Making a Murderer. We've been watching Making a Murderer the last couple of nights. Oh, anyway. And she said to me, at the end of the day, she went, all of you lot on YouTube, you talk football for hours and get riled up about things that you literally can't control. She's not wrong, is she? Like, when we go down, if we go down, people will go, this is your fault. It's none of our fault, is it? Let's be brutally honest. It's none of our fault. Oh, Nigel's trying to drop in a little caveat. Nigel, you come into the FHTV barbecue. You come into the FHTV barbecue. Let me know. Kate and Jim, come into the FHTV barbecue. I'm gonna try and do it during an England game, I think. So we're gonna have the barbecue, the big screen on. Yeah, buddy. Right. Let's start. So, this is if we stay up. Now, there's a lot of caveats to this. The first one is, I don't know, and you don't know who the manager is next season. So it's going to be very, very difficult, right? For me going, I like this player because he'll play in XYZ's formation. I don't know that. So I can only go with the evidence I've got. Now, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be where all Spurs fans are divided. I am going to start with... Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the player into, just so you can see on the screen, I am going to drop them into, no, not that didn't work. I'm going to drop them into 50-50 for the moment. Then we'll talk about them and we'll put them into a player. Right. So the first player, if you guys want to play in the chat, good point, Matt. If you guys want to play in the chat, I'm guessing you will be, just put in. Right, we're talking about Vicario. Keep, loan, sell. 50-50. Keep, loan, sell, 50-50. Now, I'm going to immediately put him into there, right? Now, I've never been a fan of Vicario at all. I think that he gets talked about as this wonderful shot stopper. I've seen way too many shots, right? Hang on. Right, I've seen way too many shots that just fly past this man. I think he's dreadful with his feet. I don't think he can command his penalty area. And he's another one where we went way over the top. Oh, my God. He's better than Raya. Like, fuck, is he better than Raya? Like, in what reality did anyone watch Raya and Vicario play and say, I'll have Vicario? Look, I don't care if Inter Milan want him. I don't care. I am selling this guy, right? Yeah, I'll drive him to Italy. I'll drive him there, says Aaron. Aaron's driving him all the way there. Umit G, I give him away. This is what I love about Spurs YouTube, when we have fun. Notice when there's no trolls, we have a bit of fun. There's one saying keep. I don't think I've seen anyone else say keep. Let's have a look. I don't think anyone else would keep this guy. So Vicario, sorry, buddy, you're in the sell category. Right. Now, bearing in mind, this is if we're in the Premier League. This is not championship related yet. The next one, we're going to go through it in order. We'll put him there for the moment. The next one is Kinski. Now, this guy again, right? He was brought in and we were told that we'd been looking at him for ages. He's really good. He's the player that's better than Vicario. Fuck it. Somebody just sent me somebody had posted on X. I'm going to show you this, right? Because this is just, somebody's just sent me this, by the way. And this sums up Spurs fans. Look, the best under 21 midfielder in the world. Shut up, whoever posted that. He's not even the best under 21 midfielder at Tottenham. What are we doing, the best under 20? Oh, stop. Right. So, Kinski. Interesting one, right? I think the difficulty with Kinski is, again, it's a keeper we've never really seen have a run of games. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to judge Kinski off of the Atletico game. He had a shit game, right? It happens. Can I say that that is what he is over a run of games or a season? I don't know. What I would do, this is only me, I'm chucking Kinski in there. I'm putting him on loan and I'm saying, go and show us what you can do week in, week out. Now, as with loans, anything can happen. It all depends. Where are you chucking them? Where are you chucking these loan players? If, for example, we're going to do what we did with Yang, he's had a couple of terrible loans, hasn't he? Couldn't get in at Portsmouth, right? Couldn't get in at Portsmouth. Right? Couldn't get in at Portsmouth. By the way, Perchy in the background is putting the polls in the chat for you for each player. He's being a bit of a legend at the moment. Right? He couldn't get in at Portsmouth, could he? Can't get in at Coventry. Pointless loans. So I'm going to stick him in loan. All right? Look, I don't know what he is. I don't know how good he is. Do I want him as my number one? Absolutely not. Now, maybe it changes if we go down, but we're talking about staying in the Premier League. So I'm just going to chuck him in there. And I'm going to move on to the next keeper. right? I'm going to move on to the next goalkeeper, right? So the last goalkeeper is Brandon Austin. Now, this guy is like 402, isn't he? He's been at Spurs for 400 seasons, played about 28 minutes or whatever he's played. When he has come in, he's not let Spurs down, but, right? But, is he kept for homegrown? Is it finally time to let him go? Is he good to just have around as a third choice goalkeeper on a cheap salary? I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what I would do. I think I'd keep him, but as third choice, right? Like, so when I say keep, it doesn't mean core. Yeah? Yeah. Can you make the sell section? Chris, big up to my man, Chris. Wicked to see you the other week, by the way, at the protest. Look, that will naturally get bigger itself, by the way, as it gets more people in it. I would keep Austin. So I'm going to stick Austin in there. I think as a third choice goalkeeper, homegrown, there is nothing wrong with it. Now, what you will have noticed straight away, guys, is that from all three goalkeepers, I don't believe one of them is good enough to be the number one. What a worrying place to be. What a worrying place to be. I don't think one of them is good enough. But for anyone that sees this, Austin is being kept as the third choice. I think we need to go and buy a first and second choice keeper. Right. Should we move on? Should we move on? Let's go to who have we got? I'm going to start with I'm going to start with this man. I'm going to start with Radu Dragusin, the Romanian Danny Kyriakou. This is what I'm starting with. Right. So, Radu Dragusin. Now, an interesting signing, right? Everyone at the time, I remember, we've beat Bayern Munich to the signing of Radu Dragusin. But you bought him in. He's absolutely not right for a Ange Postecoglou system. Now everyone thinks he's our fourth or fifth choice centre-half. Let's see. Now, there's a lot of people that are saying sell. There's a couple of keeps. Keep Dragu. This guy so far wants to keep everyone. That's worrying, isn't it? You know, when someone wants to keep everyone of the squad that's been 17th 2 years in a row. His agent's the best agent in the world, right? Guys, if I ever become a footballer at the age of 43, I don't think it's going to happen. I want Radu Dragusin's agent as my agent. I want his agent as my agent. He thinks his agent is the Michael Jordan, doesn't he? He thinks he's amazing. He thinks his player is Michael Jordan levels. I am going to say sell. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's good enough. Listen, I'm not saying he's terrible, but for what you want to be, for how much money we spend, for the size of the stadium and the finances, is that the best we can do? I don't think he's as good as Danso, anywhere near it. I would get rid of him. For me, I would. That's only me. That's only me, by the way. By the way, in the poll that Perchie's put out there, keep is 13%, loan is 3%, and sell is 83%. I'm going to put him in sell, right? We've got to put him in sell. I agree. I would put him in sell. So there you go. See you later, Vic. Vicario's gone. Perchie, just so I know, are you wanting me to put the people in to keep, loan, sell 50-50 by the polls, or what I would do? Right? By the polls, or what I would do. That makes sense. This makes sense. Big up to you, my man. Right. No wonder he wants us to keep everyone. He's a bloody Man United fan. Right. Okay. Right. Perchie, let me know what you want. Am I putting them in? Yeah, we'll put them in depending on the polls. The next player, By the way, right, the next player. By the way, I did see this comment. This cracked me up. Declan Rice is a cardio merchant. You know you're dealing with idiots when people say shit like that, aren't you? Anyway. Okay, all right, the poll it is. I think I'm right here with Perchy. Perchy, WhatsApp me or talk to me in the back of the stream. Have I got this right so far from the polls? Is it keep, loan, sell, both of them? Is that where we're at? Right. The next one for everyone to vote on is going to be, let's go with, now this could be interesting. Let's go with, hang on, is that who I want it to be? That is Destiny Udogie, isn't it? Destiny Udogie. Destiny Udogie. Now, I'm going to tell you straight away, guys. For me, I don't rate him. I don't know what this guy has done, right, to get so much hype. I don't know what he has done. Right, there you go. Udogie. It's in the chat. The poll is up there. And each of these players will have 2-3 minutes and then we move on. Right, look at the votes. Keep, sell. There's a lot of sell. For me, I don't know what Destiny Udogie has ever done to get the hype he gets from our fan base. I watch him. I don't think he's great defending. I don't think he goes forward well. He can't cross. He doesn't assist. He is always injured. I'm not sure. By the way, that's not me. That is definitely Perchy, right? By the way, can we just say, where justice for Destiny, that was definitely Perchy. That was not me. I am not typing in the chat. He's a sick note, flog, no end product. Sick note, squad player. Let's see what the votes come up with. Sell, 60% want him gone. I just don't get it. Paratici, you could take him. Yeah, take him to, yeah. I mean, this guy plays. Hang on. Who's, as me. All right. This guy, every single couple of weeks, it's Udogie will be back next week. Oh, God, will he? Plays 2 games, gone. Plays 2 games. Notice again, every opinion I have, he's back, Matt. Every opinion I had. Right? He also wanted to keep Radu Dragic. Like, as I said, this guy is the biggest contrarian on YouTube. How am I being harsh? He can't cross a ball. He doesn't assist. He is always injured. Always injured. What on earth am I being harsh about? I don't know what he does. So let's see what the poll says. The poll says sell. We are selling. We are selling. Sorry, Destiny. Goodbye, my friend. Look, I've got a feeling most of these, right? I'm in the back end of YouTube. What? No, you're not. Look, I can't constantly have injured players. I'm not here for it, right? I'm not here for it. Again, that's the decision the club needs to make now with players like Kulu and Madison. If they're going to come back and play a full season, I'm here for it. Hang on. But we'll see. Right? Let's go to the next defender. Let's have a look at, this one should be interesting. Let's go with Jed Spence. As you know, we put them in 50-50 to begin with, and then we take it from there. Glenn, absolutely. No, sorry, not this one. Glenn, absolutely. The one player I'm keeping as a third choice goalkeeper. How bad does this show our squad is? Absolutely. Big up to my man, Glenn. Right. Now, I've got a feeling this one's going to be closer. Now, for me, I think Jed Spence is a decent player. I think he's a good player. But he is erratic. There is no consistency. Now, is that all his fault? I don't think so. He's moved from right back to left back, from right back to left back. The attitude, not sure for me. The attitude for me sucks. I think I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this one. I don't think it would be the worst player to keep. But I'll let you guys decide this. Listen, this isn't me. If I had it my way, I'd probably sell about 30 of the 36 we're about to bring up. Right? Let's have a look what the poll's doing so far. Ooh, at the moment, he's staying. We'll give it a couple more minutes, 1 minute more. But I think Jed Spence is an interesting one. And so I think he's okay, right? Again, we saw him have a good spell last year and everyone started talking about him being one of the best defenders in the league. And it's what we do. We're so knee-jerk. I think he's okay. I think he's a decent squad player. And I think he'll probably end up being in the vote. Yeah, the votes are in. And I think we'll end up keeping him. Yep, there you go. The votes are in. Jed Spence stays at Tottenham Hotspur. There we go. Jed, you can stay. At the moment, we've got Brandon Austin on the bench as the third goalkeeper, and we've got Jed Spence as one of the fullbacks. And absolutely, Ricky, this is a worry for me. You're absolutely right. He always turns into trouble. From a coaching aspect, he always turns into trouble. Yeah, I like defenders that deal with the matter. He runs into the problem. Right. So well done, Jed. Right. Who are we going with next? Where is he? Who is it? It is Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro, the Spanish international who cannot defend for toffee. Pedro Porro. Guys, I don't know. I've seen years of this guy and I'm just like, I don't know what he does. He's another one I think would be bloody good in a team that doesn't need to defend. That's what I would say. I think that's why he's good for Spain, because he doesn't have to defend. If I'm playing a flat back four, I do not want him in my team. But I don't know who the next manager is going to be. So it'd be interesting to see what you lot think. Lincoln Chickens. I love that name. So sell, can't defend. Thanks for your time. Thank you for your time. Lots of people. Yep, lots of people. Right? Sell. Right? He can't. This is the problem. Chris, I'm 50-50 on him because he can't defend. He genuinely cannot defend. He's getting worse at defending. His positioning is awful. I've never seen a player who plays in that position always out of position as much as this. Every now and then he's got a good delivery. But let's go to the poll. Listen, we're going to the poll. At the moment, only 34% want to keep him. Loan is 2% and sell is 64%. Pedro, you're going, mate. Pedro, you're off. The people have spoken. Pedro Porro is done. He's locked in. Once they go in, they go in. Right, the next player. Who shall we go for? This one's going to be nice and easy. Hang on. Let's go. Where is it? Ben Davis. Ben Davis, come on down onto the game show. Ben Davis, come on down for your 95th season in a Spurs shirt. Ben Davis. The poll will be up very, very shortly. There it is. Gentle Ben. Keep, loan, sell. Already the number saying keep is frightening. 25% still want to keep Ben Davis. Truly, truly worrying, this fan base. We truly have the oddest fans in the world. Perchy said, can we put him in as the new manager? That's not me. If you see this comment, if you see the Football Heritage TV, it is Perchy in the back stream of YouTube, not me. Isn't he coming back as back? Oh, Spurs. Stop doing this to us. Spurs. Ben will go on a free. You'd think so. You would think so. To the old people's home. Loan him out. Captain material. Right, where are we at? No doubt Matt wants to keep him. He don't know shit about football. No doubt he wants to keep him. Let's have a look where we're at with the so far. 69% are saying sell. 69% are saying sell. Ben Davis, you are going in to the sell. There you go. So far, we've got a back four that are being sold. Right. The next player is Sosa. It is the Brazilian maestro, the new Roberto Carlos. It is Sosa, the Brazilian 19-year-old, bought into this utter shit show. By the way, absolutely 27% wanted to keep Ben Davis. So worrying. Guys, don't forget, there is loan. It doesn't just have to be keep or sell. There is loan. That is what I would do. If we're in the Premier League next year, I would loan Sosa out. I would say to him, go and play for a top half championship team for a year at left back. Go and get minutes in your legs. Go and become a man and then come back to Tottenham. That is what I would do. So far, only Jed Spence. So far, our first 11 is no goalkeeper on the bench and Jed Spence at right back. This is going well. Tottenham Hotspur. This is how you know we're a shambles. The whole point of this exercise was to demonstrate what a shambles Tottenham are and the squad that we've got. Sosa, so far, keep 52%. God, I just can't have him in I do not want him in my first team next year. But hey, at the moment, and we've got one more minute on Sosa. At the moment, he is being kept, not even loaned. Interesting. FCB Elite. Well, look, Spence, he got the votes. We live in a democracy, my friend. We live in a democracy. We'll see. Where are we? It looks like my man Sosa, and he's got 15 seconds left at the moment. It's keep 51% and loan is 44%. He's going to be kept at the moment. We're keeping him. There you go. The time has run out. Sosa, you are on the Spurs bench. Right. We'll get to the big two in a minute. Here we go. The next player. Now, I know many of you are looking and going, Savva, who is that picture? That person doesn't play for Tottenham Hotspur. But I tell you, my good people, he does. That is Kota Takai. By the way, I'm allowed to overrule on two. No, joking. That is Takai. Takai. Apparently, he is a real player. Apparently, he does exist. Takai. So far, he's killing it on the loan. At the moment, loan is smashing it at the moment. Loaning him out. I mean, he's in Germany somewhere right now, isn't he? I have no idea where he is. I don't know if he's getting minutes. I've not kept up to date with him at all. But Takai. Yeah. Hey, I should be on the TV for something. I truly believe that. Like a game show host, or I'll tell you what, I'd love to go on. I'd love to go on The Traitors. I think that's one of the best TV programs I've ever seen. Maybe. I just don't know why. We just keep buying these kids, don't we? We just keep buying children. It's so boring at this football club. It's so boring. And they're all going to come good. Of course they are. Where are we? Loan. We've absolutely got a winner. And a landslide. Loan. Kota Takai. You're going on loan with Kinski. You can both go to Birmingham City for the season. Right. We're running out of defenders. Kevin Danso. Kevin Danso. It'll be interesting to see. Tenable. Oh, Tenable's a tough game, isn't it? Getting 10 correct answers. That's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Kevin Danso. Now, I like Kevin Danso. He does a job. Notice what I said. I like him. He does a job. Notice, I am not saying he's the world's greatest centre-half. Notice, I am not talking about ceilings. Yeah? Ceilings that I don't know anything about. Notice, I'm just saying, good player, does a job. At the moment, let's see. I know the poll has just gone out at the moment. Oh, Kevin Danso. 93% out of 150 votes so far. Keep. Wow. 1% want to loan him. Who wants to loan him? 1% want to loan him. Danso's staying massively. 94%, 93%. Wow. Looks like Kevin Danso. I mean, there's not really a lot to say, right? Kevin Danso is a good squad player, right? He does a job. He never lets you down. If you see his name in the team sheet, you don't cringe, you don't worry, you don't panic. It is what it is. We've got 3 defenders to go, guys, I believe. 3 defenders to go. Here we go. Where are we? No, 4 defenders to go. Let's go to, here we go. This is an interesting one. Ashley Phillips on loan at Stoke, getting some good reviews. If I'm not wrong, I know Lubo hates Stoke, but Lubo's got his own issues going on with Stoke. Let's have a look. Stoke, if I'm not wrong, I might be lying here. Stoke have one of the best. Stoke have the 4th best defence in the league. So, looks like he's doing something. But Stoke have the 4th best defence in the league. Let's see what the poll says on Ashley Phillips. It's very close. At the moment, keep, loan and sell are all within a few marks of each other. I'll let that go for a little bit longer. But Ashley Phillips is an interesting one, right? When I've seen him, he's a good athlete. He looks comfortable on the ball. Is he ready for the Premier League? I don't know. I don't know. This is El Del Cockerel. Am I drunk? I feel like I'm drunk. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. I've had a cup of tea and 2 slices of toast this morning. That's all I've had. This is if we're staying up. This is if we're staying up. This is if we're staying up, all right? This is where we're staying up, all right? Big up to my man, El Del Cockerel. Where are we? Where are we? At the moment, the poll, look how close this is. Phillips, 40% have said keep, 36 loan, 24 sell. That means we live in a democracy. We live in a democracy, right? He stays because you guys said so. You guys said so. We keep him. There we go. The next defender. Let's chuck in one of the big boys. Let's make this interesting. Are you all ready for one of the big boys? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's put him in. Christian Romero, Captain Fantastico. Doesn't track back. Talks a lot on Instagram, but he's won a World Cup. Yay. Christian Romero. I'm going to say it straight away. I'm bored of seeing Romero now. I'm really bored of seeing him. I'm not saying he's a terrible player. I'm just really bored of seeing him. I'm bored of his attitude. And for me, he's an absolute dreadful captain. Let's see. Is the poll out for Romero? So far, wow. Sell is at 86%, 87%. Tell you what, so far, Spurs have got a back 4 of Phillips and Danso at centre-half, Spence right back, and Sosa left back. Oh, gosh, I love Tottenham Hotspur. We are so funny. Dan, you know I agree with you. You know I agree with you, buddy. You know I agree with you, my man. Let's have a look. The poll. Wow. This poll is... Wow. 84% want to sell him. 84%. I wonder what the Funhouse twins would say. Funhouse, Romero's got to go. Right. And this is it. I absolutely agree with you. I never see this man step up. I don't mean in the odd game. For a period of time. During this relegation battle, this man should be the one that we're saying at the end of every game, Romero gave his all. Romero was good today. But his attitude is terrible. I tried. I tried. The poll is closed. Perchi has told me Christian Romero is being sold. See ya. Christian Romero is being sold. Yeah, listen, I'm happy about this. I want a brand new overhaul. I want a brand new squad. I'm so bored of this squad. I'm so bored of everyone pretending they're good and they've got ceilings. I've got ceiling. No one's wanting me to play the Spurs. Where are we? Where are we? Right, we've got 2 defenders left. Let's go with his partner in crime, shall we? There he is, Mickey van der Ven. Now, Mickey van der Ven for me is a very, very interesting player, right? A very interesting player. My big criticism of Mickey is how good a defender he is without the pace. When he's stood up one-on-one, I think he looks really, really poor. But his pace gets you out of trouble. Now, I reckon this is why a club like Barcelona would want him, because they play a very high line with Hansi Flick. But for me, I don't know how good he is as an actual defender. Like, what's he? I don't think he's particularly good in the air. I don't think his one-on-one defensive skills are good enough, and he's always out of position. But I'd rather keep him than Romero. But this isn't about me. This is you lot in the poll. I'm not voting. You lot are voting. So when we release the results of this later, don't you lot all have a go at me. Don't you lot all have a go. This is you lot. You lot are doing this, not me. This is you lot. Let's see what people said so far. Mickey van der Ven. 1% have said to loan him. Who's the 1%? And where are you loaning him to? Sell and keep is very tight. Oh, 46 to 4, 45 to 54. At the moment, people want him sold. I'll be honest. I'm all for a clear out. Right? I'm all for a clear out. I'm bored of this group of players. I'm bored of these players of me being told they're going to be great. I don't think Football Insider is that reliable. We'll see. We'll know. It will be everywhere. The moment Tudor is gone, we will know. Let's have a look. Right, I'm going to shut the poll. And he's being sold at 55%. Mickey van der Ven. See you later. Mickey van der Ven. Do you know what, though? Isn't this, in all seriousness, I know we're having a bit of fun, right? But doesn't it go to show how fed up everyone is of these players? Doesn't it go to show how little affiliation we've got to any of these players? Now, guys, I know people in the chat say, but can we replace... It's a hypothetical game, right? It's a hypothetical game. For me, as I said, I think there's much better centre-halves than Mickey van der Ven out there. I want a centre-half that does what a centre-half does every game, right? I want a centre-half that just does what a centre-half does. For me, Romero and van der Ven are so hot and cold. They are so hot and cold as players. But, listen, Mickey, I think, will be good in the right team. Maybe you could say the same for Romero. I don't think as a partnership it works. I think everyone has talked it up for ages. Oh, yeah, sorry, John. My bad. We're getting Bastoni so they can all go. Mickey van der Ven, right. Now, here's the last defender on the list, I believe. Here's the last defender on the list. Vuskovic. There he is. Now, everybody who's new to the chat, this is if we stay up. This is if we stay up. If we did that, if we go down, gang, God, we'd be here forever. Hang on, who sent me news? Right. Vuskovic. Oh, Vuskovic. Are we keeping him? Are we selling him? Are we loaning him? Now, don't think too deeply into it, people. I know, like, there's a lot of caveats. Does he want to come back? Does he stay? Does he go? Does his brother? Let's keep it somewhat fun, shall we? Just a little bit fun. I've got a feeling I know how this one's going to go. Yeah. We know how this is going. At the moment, it's 82% keep. Loan is 10% and sell is 8%. We know how this goes. But hey, it is what it is. And I think this is a really good point. I think this is a brilliant point. A majority of these players are very used to losing. And that is a big worry for me. That's it. For the last 3 years, we lose. I did see this, Perchy. That isn't me, by the way. That's Perchy. I did see this, by the way. The irony of Matt telling everybody to be realistic is absolutely hilarious. The same person that thinks that we can buy players like Bastoni. You just got to laugh at the irony of it. Anyway, I think we know what's happening here. I think this one, 83% have said to keep him. So, Vuskovic, welcome to Spurs. Right, we're going to go into the midfield area. Let's start with, where is he? Where's my mate? There he is. Yves Bissouma. Yves Bissouma. We've got into the midfield. Yves Bissouma. Hang on, let me push that back there. There we go. Hopefully that's straight for everyone. Yves Bissouma. Keep, buy, sell. Now, bearing in mind, the reason why I'm not bothered about too many of these is these are the players that I see lose week in, week out for years. Why am I affiliated to them? There's a few of them I would keep. There's a few players in this squad I would keep. The rest, I don't care. I would love, I'll just say this before we continue this. I'll let you guys vote. I would love, hand on heart, to see Spurs rip out 15 and replace with 15 this summer. I would love it. Now, do I think that that's realistic? No, I don't. I'd love to. I'm so bored of, everyone goes, oh, there's a player in him. There's a player in him. Oh, good gosh, there's a player in everyone. Oh, there's a player in him. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, Bissouma, his contract is up, but you can still offer him a new one and loan him out or whatever. I've got a feeling that this is good. There we go. This poll was done a long time ago. It's at 88% to sell. Yves Bissouma, we can move on. I think this is a nice, easy one. Yves Bissouma, sell. There you go. The sell box has got bigger. So, 50. Who's going to chuck in there next? Let's go. Now, I'm going to caveat this one. Right? Actually, I'm not going to put Paulinho in this, by the way. I'm not going to put Paulinho in this because he's not our player. He's not our player, so I'm not putting him in there. The same with Randall Kolo Muani. I'm not putting him in. Now, the next player is Mata Papa Sarr. Mata Papa Sarr. Right? Papa Sarr. Papa Sarr, what are you doing? Now, me, you all know my opinion. I'm not a fan at all. I don't know what he does. I think he runs around loads, clatters into people, and then people go, oh, but he tackled a few. Brilliant. As a footballer, there's nothing for me there. I'll be honest. Papa Sarr, that's only my opinion. I'll go with your majority, as always. I don't know what he does as a footballer. Running around isn't being a footballer. If we want people to run around, let's just get Mo Farah in a Spurs shirt. I'm going to go with sell for me. He's been here. How many years has he been here? 4? 5? I just don't know. I just don't know what he is. I think that's fair. I think that's fair, Mark. They're great potential when he joined us. Hasn't progressed at all. I agree. Can't pass a ball. It's truly worrying. His passing is dreadful. Like basic passing. It's just dreadful. So Papa Sarr, I've got a feeling. Let's go to the Papa Sarr. 80%, 81%. Loads have voted on that one. Papa Sarr, sorry, buddy. Papa Sarr joins the sell column. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Who we putting in? Midfielders. Let's go with Rodrigo. No, that didn't work. Let's go with Rodrigo Bentancur. Rodrigo Bentancur, ladies and gentlemen. The poll will be up very shortly. And it's funny. Isn't it funny how many people call me negative, right? Isn't it funny? But yet bearing in mind I'm not voting, how many people are basically agreeing with nearly everything I've said all season now? Isn't it funny? Now, you'll go on to other YouTube channels, they'll do this and they'll want to keep nearly everyone. Not here. I don't care. I'm done. Rodrigo Bentancur. Let's see. The poll is polling. Oh, no. No, it's not up yet. It's not up. Why is the poll not up? Unbelievable. Where's Perchy? Am I going to have to do this poll? Perchy, do you want me to do this? Oh, there it is. Bentancur. There you go. Start voting, people. Look, I think Bentancur's a decent player. I think he does a job. I don't think the injuries have helped. We've got to add that in. I think he's a decent player. I've never been overawed by him. I still think he's better than Gray and Bergvall and Basuma. But again, never really seen the fuss with him. I think he's a steady Eddie, does a job. But if you want to get better, I think you need to buy better, don't you? I think if you want to get better, you need to buy better. But another one, always injured. Sure, I mean, he's been a victim of some bad managers, but he can't do the basics, mate. He can't do the basics of a midfielder. So far, Bentancur is 77% sell at the moment. By the way, it's confirmed that Roy Hodgson is the manager of Bristol City to the end of the season. Right. Rodrigo Bentancur, sell. Right. I'm knackered. How many players is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Out of 19, we're keeping 6. Six. Right. Who should we go for? Let's put in the next central midfielder. Let's put in Bergvall. Bergvall is in there. The Swedish maestro. Or as someone said earlier, right? Somebody said earlier, the best under 21 player in the world. Imagine watching world football and your opinion is the best young midfielder in the world is Bergvall. I mean, if that's the case, I truly worry. Now, Bergvall for me, I'm keeping, but next year I need to see what he is. I need to see him be put into a position and I need to see what he does. I'm not in awe of him. I'm not seeing a lot. Someone said, honestly, I kid you not that someone said it. I'm going to show you. People are going, who said that, right? Someone sent this to me. I kid you not. Archie Gray, the best under 21 midfielder in the world. Like just truly baffling, right? And this is why, when people go, it's an opinion. I mean, how far past opinion do you have to go before you just look and say people are outright crazy? Where are we at with the poll? Here we go. Bergvall. Yeah, I thought this would be the case. We're keeping him. Listen, I've got nothing wrong with keeping him, right? But I'm still not sure what he is. I'm still not sure what his skill set is as a footballer, right? I don't think he's a good passer of the ball. He doesn't score. He doesn't assist. I don't think he's creative. I'm just not sure. But I'd keep him. And hopefully we see over the next few years what he is. But I think he's a good build for a footballer. I think he works hard. I just don't know what he does. Sorry, it doesn't mean he won't be a great player, but right now I'm not sure. But Bergvall's definitely going to stay. The poll has spoken. Bergvall, yeah, stays. Bergvall stays at Tottenham Hotspur like we knew he would. Right. The next midfielder is, let's put this guy in. Conor Gallagher is the next midfielder. Bearing in mind, he's just joined. Conor Gallagher has just joined. So we know he's not going anywhere. But what would you do? Would you keep him? Would you loan him? Or would you sell him? Now, for me, you all know my opinion. I would absolutely keep. I think under the right manager, like a Pochettino or a De Zerbi, I think he's got a really important role to play in the team. I think he's joined an absolute shit show shambles of a football club. And at the moment is not being given a place in the team. But for all those that have a go at Conor Gallagher, have you noticed he's the one not playing at the moment? And we're not winning games without him. I'm not saying we would with him, but it's funny. I keep hearing, oh, what a shit signing. But he's not playing. And also what I would like to see him play in his position. Just maybe central midfield as a number 8. Rather than chucking him on the right wing. Let's have a look. It's up at the moment. Yeah, I think this one's going to be resounding as well. At the moment, Conor Gallagher is, it's absolutely at the moment it's 82% on the keep. Look, I think with Conor Gallagher, I don't think he was bought for this season. But we know he's a solid pro. He's not the greatest player in the world, but I think, as Pochettino said, every team needs a Gallagher. But we'll see next season, right? I've always liked him as a player. But again, if you say you like a player, people think that people always say to me, Savva, you said he's a game changer. I never said he's a bloody game changer. What are we talking about? People do get carried away. Joe, honestly, you've got some of the worst opinions I've ever seen. Earlier on, you said that Gray was technically better than Rice. And now Bergvall reminds you of a young Steven Gerrard. Now, you're saying to me, don't get my knickers in a twist. What are you saying? What are you? Mark, spot on. Bergvall is exactly like Gerrard without the passing ability, scoring ability, or on the ball technique. Mate, it is absolutely mental. And this is what I mean, Mark. People say crazy things. And then they say, for me, not to get my knickers in a twist. What part of anyone has watched Bergvall and gone, he reminds me of Steven Gerrard? Wow. Anyway, let's go to the poll. Gallagher is absolutely staying. Right. Conor Gallagher stayed with 82%. Conor Gallagher, welcome. You will stay at Tottenham. Right. Let's go to the last central midfielder. Archie Gray, better known as Lubo's son. Archie Gray has got in there. Keep, loan, sell on Archie Gray. Archie. Savva, keep your nick. I think it's brilliant. So far, I've heard that Archie Gray is better technically than Declan Rice. and that Bergvall is like a young Steven Gerrard. Honestly, this fan base just does not learn, do we? Where are we? I know, but Joe, listen to the things you're saying, man. Like this is madness. Oh, this is mad. Oh, wow. Right, Archie Gray, the poll is up. I think everyone's going to say, yeah, the poll says Lubo's grey. Bants. Hashtag banter. Keep Lubo's son. I can't fault his attitude. He needs a proper... Listen, I would keep him. Absolutely, I would keep him. For me, I want to keep him, but I want to see a manager next year that rotates him. I don't want him as a starter, if I'm honest. If we're playing once a week, I don't want him as a starter, but let's develop him in his position, shall we? Hang on. When you're saying, I'm not voting, I'm not the one. I'm not voting, right? I'm not voting. Everyone's got to understand I'm just facilitating. I'm a facilitator. I'm the middleman. I'm the middleman here. I'm not facilitating. I'm facilitating. Savva, because there's so many of the fan base that say dumb shit every day, mate. Honestly. Absolutely. Why does the word deluded keeps ringing to mind? I know some of our fans are hilarious, and I'm here to call them out. It is funny. Learn some grammar, big boy. I don't know who you're talking to, but if you're having a go at someone in the chat, let's calm down. Gray got potential to be our future captain. I don't even know. How is anyone judging that? Like, what are we judging that? No one is saying better than. You're being just... I don't know what this means. You're going to have to give me some clue. We're talking about the whole squad here. Who are you talking about, Woodford? Who are you talking about? I love it when people like Woodford say you're being disingenuous. About what? Great. That's good. Oh, Scott, I love you so much. I love you so much. Oh, okay. Have you watched? Okay, let's have a look. How many goals Bergvall scores? Okay, let's have a look. Here we go. Here we go. Squad. Where's Bergvall? Where's Bergvall? Oh, yes, you're absolutely right. In the 45 games, again, comments like this crack me up. He's played 45 times in the Premier League and scored 1 goal. Like, what are we doing? He's not a goal scorer yet in his career. Could he be? Sure, but right now he's not. Thank you. 2 in 71 in all competitions. Is that what he's on? Wow. Wow. But, Savva, you're lying to us. No, I'm not. Again, I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you facts. You don't like them. That's not my fault. Troll. There you go. There's my theme tune. 2 in 71 games. Ghosted, don't they? Oh, my God. What does this mean? What do you mean leadership potential? How are you judging leadership potential? By the way, the poll is shut. Lubo's grey is staying. We knew he would. We said he will. Oh, hang on. Let's move him from there to there. Well done, Gray. The last midfielder. Oh, sorry, I said that last time. The last centre mid, if you want to call him that. Alfie Devine. Alfie Devine. Having a good year on loan at Preston, but it is Preston. Alfie Devine. My grandson is 4. He has leadership potential. Honestly, but Joey, you've got to remember that Matt is that new young fan that says things like ceiling. Don't forget his ceiling. Whenever I look at my ceiling, I don't see any potential up there. What's going on? What potential are we seeing in ceilings? Alfie Devine. Let's have a look. How old is Alfie Devine now? What is he, 40? don't know. He's been around forever, hasn't he? Alfie Devine. Let's have a look. Devine. Who remembers Sean Devine? Where is he? Why can't I find Alfie Devine? There he is. Alfie Devine is going to be 22 in August. He's going to be 22 when next season starts. So he's 22 on the 1st of August. This year, what's he done? 8 goals and 2 assists for Preston. He's having a decent year. Oh, Matt, you say stupid shit. You say stupid shit like the ceiling. He's got a ceiling. He's got a ceiling. Just sign Bastoni. Just sign Bastoni because it's a computer game. Divine. Let's have a look at the chat. Loan at the moment is winning. Keep, loan, sell. Loan at the moment. I'll give it another 30 seconds. Looks like Alfie Devine. Alfie DeLone. It looks like Alfie Devine is loan. 22. He is 22. 22. Yeah, look, I think it's difficult, right? Their roofs. I know. No one ever says, oh, look at the roof on this player. You're right. My house has a ceiling with more potential. Look, I just don't know what it means when people say this. His ceiling. Couldn't we say that for every player? Couldn't we say this for every player? His ceiling, his ceiling. Every young player, their ceiling. We don't know their ceilings, right? Let's have a look. Alfie Devine, we're closing the vote, and it is loan. We want to keep him. He's staying. Well done, Alfie. You've survived again. We'll see you till you're 25, mate. Right. We're now going to move on to the attacking midfielders. Dejan Kulusevski. Dejan Kulusevski is the next player. Oh, why is that not going into... There we go. Dejan Kulusevski. Keep, sell, or loan Kulusevski. Now, Mikey Moore, by the way, I will do, but Mikey Moore, for some reason, isn't on the official Spurs website as being a Spurs player at the club or on loan. Right? Kulusevski. Now, this is an interesting one. He's been out injured for about 9 years. Kulusevski. Would you keep him? Will he be the same player? I don't know. I'm putting it out there to you lot. And for all of those that understand how polls work, it means that I don't decide this. Is Kulu a new signing? And he's got a high ceiling with that new signing, yes. Or Dorrington. Yeah, Dorrington's not there either, Glenn. Yeah. Kulu was supposed to become our KDB. Let's have a look. The poll is out. At the moment, sell and keep are very close. 48%, 49 saying keep. 49 keep, 49 sell at the moment. This is going to be interesting. I'll leave it sit there for a minute. Kulu's an interesting one, right? But I mean, who's going to buy him? What club takes that risk? He's just had a brand new knee built, hasn't he? If I'm not wrong. Got a brand new knee being built. If anyone deserves a chance, it's Kulu. Sure. There's that one way to look at it. Savva, I can reach my ceiling. I can't. But does that mean I'm not good? What's my ceiling as a YouTuber? I don't know what it means. Oh, he's got all the potential in the world. It's just silly words people say, isn't it? I see something in him. Oh my God. I see something. Potential. A ceiling. No one talks about if you look at anyone looking at the young lads at Barcelona, anyone seen him play? Bernal. No one's talking about a ceiling. I'm watching him going, God, what a good player you are. I'm not talking about his ceiling, just a good player. Let's have a look. Right. Keep and sell. Oh, we're keeping Kulu. Kulu survived by 2%. Kulu has survived by 2%. Welcome to the football club, Kulu. You're allowed to stay. Now, the next one. We're going to move to the wide men. Hang on, is that... by the way, was that... No, that's Kudus. Why am I putting him there? Let's go. Mohamed Kudus. I think I know what's going to happen here. Mohamed Kudus. I think this one should probably be an easy one. Yeah. I love this. Funny as you say you worked. I love this. Matt, do you not believe me that I've worked for football clubs? Is that what you're trying to say? Is this like when you said you were going to come and fight me at the Tottenham Stadium? Remember when you threatened me? You say you work for football clubs. No, all of the coaches I work with, they don't talk about their ceiling, right? What they talk about is how they can develop, right? But what they don't do is say what silly fans like you say and go, his ceiling. No, what they talk about is things that they can be worked on, right? Developmental areas, right? The right loans. They don't just say ceilings, yeah? Ceiling. He's got a ceiling. Ooh, ceiling. Yeah, anyone else remember when Matt threatened me? I'll see you at the number 8 pub. Never saw him at the number 8 pub. Matt is brilliant. Remember, Matt came on and then for weeks was going, I schooled you. Schooled me in what? You want Tyler Dibbling at the football club, mate. Sit down, shut up and know your place. Sit down. No one's going to school me if they're talking about Tyler Dibbling. Ridiculous. And for anyone who said, oh, have you worked for football clubs? It's so boring. You think, why would I make it up? Why would I make that up? I'd look like a dickhead, wouldn't I? Why would I make that up? Anyway, Kudus, I don't think we need, 90% saying keep. I don't feel like this was ever going to be. Let me stick him straight into keep. Mohamed Kudus, you can stay. So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At the moment, we've got an 11. Yes, we can still play. We've got an 11. For me, personally, I would have put Sosa and Phillips on loan. But, hey, that's just me. Right. The next player. Matisse Tell. Matisse Tell. Keep, loan, sell. Matisse Tell. Matt, just shut up. You bring this on yourself, mate. Again, for someone who says he's worked at football clubs. Dude, you keep doing this every day. Why did you keep doing a stream about your life in the sport? You said, no, listen. Hang on. Look, things happen long time ago. And there's not a lot of money in it either, to be honest. There's not a lot of money in it at that level. And I did 2 different things at 2 different football clubs, by the way. It's not like a big thing. But Matisse Tell. Sell, loan, keep. Now, you all know what I would do. I would sell him or loan him out. I wouldn't have him in the squad next year in the Premier League. For me, he's not good enough. Does it mean I'm right? No. It doesn't mean I'm right. He could be brilliant. At the moment, what I'm seeing from him, I think he's got a fantastic attitude. I think he's got tremendous work rate. He tries hard, full of endeavour. I think there is absolutely zero end product on the lad. I do. I think there's zero end product. I watched him at Bayern. I thought there's a lot of huff and puff. I think there's zero end product at Tottenham. And that's just me. There's no agenda. There's no narrative. I just don't enjoy watching him play. He's not my type of forward. That's all it is. Let me look at the chat so far. He got another 30 seconds, but at the moment, 48% sell, 17 loan, and 36% have said keep. So at the moment, Matisse Tell, he's about to go into the sell bracket. For me, he should have been in the bracket of never buying. Right. Let's have a look at Wilson Odeber. Wilson Odeber is your next player. Wilson Odeber. We are not a youth team. I'm bored of hearing that everyone's young. This is not a youth club. We are a Premier League football club. This is not a youth club where every single young player is going to come good. Wilson Odeber. Me? I'd loan him out. I'd loan him out for a year. I'd loan him out. However, I'm not deciding. This is you lot. You will decide. You will decide. At the moment, it's keep 32%, loan 19, sell 47. Let a few more votes come in. At the moment, it looks like Odegaard is going to be sell. And doesn't this exercise show you just how little we rate the footballers? Isn't it funny that all through the season, everyone says these players are better than we think. And when it comes to, do you want to keep buying again, Odegaard, 2 big injuries since he's been at Tottenham. Again, another one with no output. No output from the lad. Doesn't really score, doesn't really assist. Didn't at Burnley. Wasn't even the best player at Burnley. So I'm not sure. You lot can decide. At the moment, it is very much sell. 45% sell, 22% loan, and 32% keep. So we're shutting that one. Odegaard, see you later. He's going again. Right, let's move on. We're moving on to Manor Solomon. Manor Solomon, who, believe it or not, is still a Tottenham player. Manor Solomon. He's on loan at Fiorentina with Fabio Paratici. Now, of course, you are absolutely right. We can't sell him because he's injured, but we're just playing the game. Absolutely. This is the problem, right? We're used to the likes of Galvin, Waddle. Do you know, like, yeah, we're used to some top wingers. And now we're having to choose between Tell, Moore, Odegaard, Yang. It's all a bit painful, isn't it? So this player is Manor Solomon. Manor Solomon. I think we know what's going to happen here. The sell is currently at 80%. The sell box is funny, isn't it? So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. For me, I would, as I've said, I'd get rid of 15 or 16. I think this is going to be years and years of windows to solve this. Solomon, 80% have said sell. Sorry, Manor, you've gone into the sell box. See you later. Right. The next one is Yang. Yang is the next one. Now, Yang couldn't get a game at Portsmouth. We took him out of Portsmouth. And for some reason, someone decided to stick him into the best team in the Championship and think that he might get games. Let's have a look how many minutes Yang has had at Coventry. Here we go. Would help if I could spell Yang. There we go. Yang. No, Richard. Big fingers. Yang. Nope. It's the wrong one. That's the Yang at Celtic. Right. Yang at Coventry. Wow. He played 72 minutes for Stoke in January, against Stoke in January. Then he had 19 minutes against Norwich, 11 against Coventry, against QPR, 1 against Oxford, and then he wasn't in the squad for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Or is there no poll? Yep, the poll is there. There you go. Yang. The poll is there. Wow. Keep, loan, sell. I've got a feeling this one might be loan. Look, I'd loan him. I don't know anything about him. No one's playing him. Coventry didn't think he was good enough. Coventry don't think he's good enough. Portsmouth are at the bottom of the table. Not rock bottom, but down the bottom. They didn't think he was good enough. But remember, when he signed, how many people made videos how Yang changes Tottenham? Oh, my God. Again, I would loan him. I'm bored of these young players being in the squad and we just constantly say, but they're young, but they're young, but they're young, but they're young. I'm bored of it. I'm so bored of every young player gets a pass because of their age. He's 19. He's 20. He's 20 in 20 days. He's 20 in 20 days. you know, where are we? So Loan has won that at a landslide. Loan. So Yang, well done. You are being loaned alongside Alfie Devine, Takai and Kinski. Right. Let's go with Sir James Madison of Madisonville. James Madison. James Madison. See, again, he's not getting, yeah, but the thing is, 1 or 2 young players in a squad, not all of them. This is why you deserve relegation. I'm telling you, not everyone else, you. Matt deserves relegation. I grew up with Spurs being a team of men. Men. Now we got fans like Matt that just want to see kids everywhere, children everywhere. Have 1 or 2 kids and the rest as men. Can we stop talking about kids every summer? Men. By men. 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 Anyway, James Madison. This is not a nursery. We are not a youth club. We are not a development centre. James Madison is 76% at the moment saying keep. I didn't think many would say sell. For me, when he's fit, he's the best player at the club. For me, I've said that for the last 3 years. When he's fit, best player at the club, scores goals, gets assists. You know what he's going to do. He's a wonderful footballer. But the elephant in the room is going to be the injury, right? Right? The elephant in the room is the injuries. But look, as I said, I've shown people this before. James Madison just has fantastic numbers throughout his career. Look at these numbers. Look at the GA every year in the Premier League. Look, 14, 9, 13, 20, 19, 13, 16. Like, that's difficult to replicate. Look at his numbers in the Premier League. Look, for the last 7 years, look, that's where he is. So, for me, it's a no-brainer. I'd keep him as long as he can stay fit. Keep Savva, loan purchase, sell Matt. Absolutely. There we go. James Madison, that poll closed. Yeah, absolutely. James Madison is being kept according to you lot and me. Oh, we've got 12 players. We've now got players on the bench. Let's go with, we've got 5 players to go. Let's go with Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons, ladies and gentlemen. Where is he? There he is. Here he is. Xavi Simons. No, why is that not dropping in? Xavi Simons. There he is. He's in the 50-50 for the moment while we deliberate. Xavi Simons. Now, I think we know the answer to this one. I think we know what the answer is going to be to this. For me, next year's a big year for the lad, right? First year in the Premier League, difficult. I feel sorry for him. We've not put him in and around any other technical footballers. Big year for him next year. I like him technically. I think he's very good. I think he needs to bulk up a little bit, get the strength. But I don't know. Let's see what you lot say. So far, yeah. I mean, look, I don't even need to. Look, the votes are overwhelming. 84% at the moment saying keep Xavi Simons. I think we can safely say that Xavi Simons is going to drop into the keep category. That means we've now got 13 players. The next player is Dane Scarlett. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Dane Scarlett is still... No, that's Valise. That's not who we wanted. Dane Scarlett is still a Spurs player. Dane Scarlett. Let's have a look, see what he's done on loan. Never does anything, does he? But, hey, let's have a look. Dane Scarlett. Dane Scarlett is 22. He was 22 this week. Happy birthday. 8 games for Hibernian, 0 goals. 8 games for Hibs with 0 goals. I mean, what do you do? I mean, look at his Oxford, 4 goals in 20. 4 in 34 for Portsmouth. None in 12 for Ipswich. I mean, at what stage do you have to cut your losses? Dane has a higher ceiling. Each to their own. Let me know your results. Yeah, the results are overwhelming at the moment. Sell is overwhelming. But again, how many times this year I've seen people go, I'd play him this weekend. Oh my gosh, would you? Would you? Can't score goals at Hibernian. You know? Let's have a look. I think this is going to be, 82%. Yeah, okay. Dane Scarlett, sorry, mate. You're being sold. We are down to the last 3 players. Alejo Valise. Alejo Valise. I remember when we signed him as well. Core, this boy, he's going to be good. He's good. We buy so badly, don't we? Oh. People in the chat, calm down. Calm down, everyone in the chat. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. That's all I'm going to say. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Please calm down. Calm down. Right, Alejo Valise. Alejo. I mean, 4% want to keep him. 5% loan. And 92% at the moment want him gone. I'm just going to put us all out our misery. Just say sell. Look at the sell column. We're up to 15. Richarlison, ladies and gentlemen. Richarlison. What we doing? Richie. Never liked him. Never wanted him. Never understood the signing. Never understood the hype he gets from people. Every year there's an excuse. This year it's injury. This year he's playing left wing. Next year he was behind Gary Kane. Not good enough as a player for me. Grabs the odd goal. He's our top goal scorer this year with 8. I mean, 55 million, was it? 50 million? Again, would anyone like to explain to Sam Smith how this game works? Would anyone like to explain to Sam that I'm not choosing which bucket they go in? Sam, would you like to apologise for being an idiot? Anyone? Anyone in the chat, if you could just give a 1-sentence answer to Sam Smith as to how this is being decided. Everybody? That would really help me. Sam Smith, as I said, you come in every single show and attack me. Now use this. There's a reason there's a poll out for every player. Because 600 people are voting on each player. Relax. This is why people think you're a dickhead. I'm going to say it. Because you're being a knob. Again, could be the real Sam Smith. Who knows? It could be the real Sam Smith. Not going anywhere yet. Could be soon. No, don't ban him. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. Do not ban him. Do not ban him. He's too funny. Let's see what his response is. If he just turns around and says, oh, sorry, Savva, I didn't realise. By the way, why would I want to sell Conor Gallagher? Why? The geezer has played about 2 games in central midfield for Tottenham. He's been here for 2 months. Why would I want to sell him? It's ridiculous. By the way, it's not my vote. Right, let's have a look at the vote. Richarlison, 86% sell. 14% want to keep him. I'm going to say it. For that 14% that want to keep him, you deserve the Spurs you've got. You deserve the Spurs you've got. Right, Richie is going into the sell bracket. There we go, Richie. Last but not least, Dom Solanke. Dom Solanke. Never wanted him. Didn't want him. Didn't want to sign him. Didn't understand it. All the things I said about Richie is what I'm going to say. At the moment, I've chucked him in 50-50. I'll let you lot vote as soon as we can get the poll up. There with Perchie, he's done a wonderful job, hasn't he? He's done a wonderful job in the background. And somebody has just messaged me this. I won't say names. And said, my God, the club hasn't half bought a bucket load of guff players. It's so true, isn't it? It's so true. Listen, he's been a pro for 10 years. He's had one season of good play. I mean, not for me. Not for me. Mikey Moore, I couldn't get a picture of Mikey Moore because he wasn't on the Spurs website. I'm guessing most people are going to say keep or loan Mikey Moore, though, right? I mean, you wouldn't get rid of him. For me, Dominic Solanke, not good enough at this level. Not good enough. I think if we want to be a mid-table average team, then I think Dominic Solanke's your guy. But again, for me, he's had one good year in his entire career. He's had one good year in the entire career. For me. Sorry, I couldn't believe that Spurs went and spent 58 million on him. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand what this club does. If you look at our last forward signings, right? You look at Johnson, Valise, Yang, Odeber, Tell, Richie, Solanke. It's just horrible. It's horrible as a collective. At the moment, Sell 69%. Dominic Solanke, sorry, mate, you're being sold. 7, 14, 17 sold, 4 being loaned, and 13 being kept. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you picked. That is what you picked. That's what you guys picked. Luka Vuskovic, yeah, he's on there. He's kept. Look, there he is. He's in the kept file on the top row. Solanke has had one good year in his entire career if you judge it purely on goals, so not technically true. He's had one good year. But yeah, sorry, what would you want me to rate him as a striker on if it's not going to be the goals? What are you? I don't understand. Sure, listen, what I've learned today, there's a lot of people that really rate some bad players. What I've also learned is lots of people at the same time aren't happy with a lot of the squad, right? And what we've also learned is look at the state of this squad that's been put together. This is what Spurs have put together in 5, 6 years. I'll be kind. In 6 years, this is what Tottenham Hotspur have assembled. And we wonder why we've had 2 17th finishes and why for the last 3 years we are 15th or 16th in points gained. Guys, girls, the evidence is overwhelming. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. And that was tough to do. Oh, I feel absolutely shattered. Thanks, Perchy, for doing all the polls. Thank you so much for doing all the polls in the background. I would never have been able to do both at the same time. Just put myself into rehab. Gary, it's so demoralizing, isn't it? You look, this is what, you even look at the players we've kept. Austin. Right? Austin, Spence, Sosa, Danso, Phillips, Vuskovic, Bergvall, Gray, Gallagher, Kulu, Kudus, Madison, and Xavi. Wow. Wow. Loaning, Pinsky, Takai, Devine, and Yang. Selling, Vicario, Dragusin, Destiny Adogi, Porro, Davis, Romero, Van der Ven, Basuma, Saar, Bentancur, Tell, Odeber, Solomon, Scarlett, Valise, Solanke, and Richie. Now, listen. This is obviously a bit of fun. We know what we can and can't do all in 1 year. We know, right? We know what we can and can't do all in 1 year. Look, if I had it my way, I'd get rid of most of them. Genuinely, I've said it all year. If I had it my way, I'd get rid of most of them, right? In years gone by, we would never have done this and have 15, 16 people that unanimously were voted to sell. That's how far we have fallen as a football club. That's why I did this, right? To get your perspective on this, not mine. If it was me, there's some in that keep section where I would be loaning. Sosa would be a loan for me. Phillips would be a loan. I think Bergvall would be a loan, like for me. Right? But we go with the majority rule. We go with the majority rule. And this is the squad we've got. Who would I personally keep then out of all of those players? Austin would be my third choice keeper. I'd keep Danso. He'd be one of my 4 centre-halves. I'd keep Vuskovic, possibly put him on another loan next year, depending on what he feels is best for his development. I'd keep Gallagher, Gray, Kulu. Very difficult to say because I don't know what his knee's going to be like. I'd keep Maddison. I'd keep Simmons and I'd keep Kudus. I don't think there's I don't think there's many there that I actually think are great. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed of how Tottenham Hotspur have put this football club together. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed at how we've put this club together over a number of years. As I've said, every year, people want to praise this signing, that signing. But the problem is, if you keep just adding kids and you keep buying average players like Solanke and Richarlison and Solomon and Dragushin, yada, 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 right? This is what happens. This is what happens. You end up with a very, very bang average, mediocre squad that finishes 17th 2 years in a row. That's what you get. That's what you get. Now, next year, we won't need as big a squad, right? We're going to have 1 game a week. This is all assuming. By the way, anyone asking about Mikey Moore? Mikey Moore, I would loan. I would loan Mikey Moore. I don't think he's ready for the Premier League when I watch him. I think he's a little bit too lightweight for me. I'd loan him another year. And Tom is absolutely bang on. It's the money involved in assembling this squad that's criminal. This squad has cost nearly £960 million, give or take. Over the last 5 years, we've spent £960 million. Now, some players have gone and moved on, but roughly. Nearly £1 billion to put this lot together. Nearly £1 billion. Let that sink in. £1 billion nearly for this. This is why I just love, when we're in the transfer market, I'd love people to just take a step back and think about it before they just spout that we've had great windows. Why? Why was the window great? What did it solve? Have we put square pegs in square holes? Have we cured the issues that we need to at the club? And that is the difference between taking a step back and being reactive. If we go down, right? That is the difference between reactive and actually taking a step back and going, was this a good window? Was this a good window? Now, when we get to the end of the next window, again, it's going to be very, very different when you look and go, right, okay, if we look and say 9 or 10 have gone out, 9 or 10 have come in, it's going to need time for players to settle, but we've got players in each position. Then you go, okay, we're going to build something. But at the moment, we use words like rebuild. What are we rebuilding from? What are you rebuilding from? Anybody? Every year, we're rebuilding. We're in transition. Transition would suggest we're going from A to B. We weren't ever at A. Rebuilding would mean that we once had something great and We don't transition. We don't rebuild. This is what we do. This is what we do. It's crazy. Jay Ty said 17 wasters. Wow, some sense at last. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Big up, by the way, to MC Noodles, who said, Matt has caused me to bottle my own name. He's changed his name. Yeah, the other Matt really does say some funny stuff. Honestly, I've never known such ludicrous stuff. Matt talks about us as though we are Bristol City. He constantly just wants loads of kids in the team. He wants to buy Tyler Dibblings, but then thinks in the same breath we can buy Bastonis. Big up to you, my man. Big up to Ben, who said Kane and Son are gods for carrying these lot. Boom. Yeah? No. Again, when I said he says silly things, we are not rebuilding to the Poch era. Right? We're not rebuild. How can you rebuild to an era when that was 7 years ago? Rebuilding would have been doing it the year after Poch left, but we didn't. So now we're not rebuilding from anything. We have to build. Again, you're so pedantic. It's so frustrating. Big up to you. Big up to Andy Lester. Said, great show, Sav. Matt to Arsenal on a free. Big up Perchy. Yeah. Listen, anyone who wants to come and take Matt, Lee Gunner, do you want him? Football's 12-man podcast, maybe Northside. Who wants to claim Matt? By the way, he would join your fan base and he'd want to sell Rice. He'd want to sell Eze. He'd want to sell Saliba and he'd want to bring through loads of kids. And big up to Gary Walton, very generous. Said, love the show. Put this towards a takeaway. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Really, really appreciate you. How we laugh. Look, guys, I think it's interesting, right? I just think it shows that all year people call me negative. If I make it about me for 1 minute, well, it is my channel, right? Savva's negative. Savva's negative. He's half glass empty. You lot voted. You don't like hardly any of the players. When I say it, I'm negative. Bearing in mind, a lot of those ones that people wanted to keep, right? 1, 2, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all bench players. And then the others, you know, you've got Kulu, Xavi and Maddison won't all be able to start at once. But do you know what I mean? Big up, Julian. Yeah, the purveyor of doom. I love that. The purveyor of doom. I'll tell you what, somebody needs to do me a really good chat GTP picture of me as the purveyor of doom. I don't even know what that would look like. Am I still leaving YouTube? At some point, the channel will wind down slowly. I'll still be here, but I'm hoping to get a couple of job offers soon. So that means there won't be shows every day. There'll just be little bits here or there. Big up Ben. Said, imagine how my family feel. We pay upwards of 12K a year watching these clowns. Wow. Rather you than me. Absolutely acid twin. I remember when Savva once thinking this team could finish higher up in the league and being called negative. By today's standards, he was being ultra positive. Yeah, absolutely. Last year when I predicted 7th with the squad and I was told, oh, you're negative. We finished 17th. Oh, dearie me. 12K on Spurs season tickets. 12K. I've heard a lot now since he's moved to Palace. I think some people are starting to realise how little Johnson does. Yes, being Welsh, I love him, but unless it's a back post tapping, he won't do a lot. Correct. Football Wins said, Savva, do you think some players are poor or is their environment? It's both, right? Absolutely. There will be players that I don't want to keep that go elsewhere and do well. For example, Romero's the best example of that. Romero, for me, he's been here 5 years and it's too much associated to him. There's too much negativity associated to him. Same, you could look at Marcus Rashford at Man United. Doesn't mean he's a bad player, but he was always under the spotlight for negative things at United. And he's moved and he's doing well at Barcelona, right? And this is true as well. And this is true as well. You've got to replace players. Of course you do. Risa said, do you genuinely believe we'll get relegated? I think if they don't change manager, we're gone. If we stay up, I think we are scraping it. If we stay up, I think we are scraping it because West Ham aren't very good. Only my belief. Do I think Romero would do well put in charge? Possibly. But how many managers has Romero had? Nuno, Conte, Ange, Frank, Stellini, Mason, Tudor. Like, we're seeing players now that have played for 6 or 7 managers. You know, with some of these players, you can say, oh, they've only played 10 games for one manager. Oh, bless me. But, you know, Money May said, I'm not even kidding, Sav. With a squad, I'd only keep 4 players, Kudus, Xavi, Madders, Kulu. Look, if we're going to be brutally harsh, yeah. Here we go. Matt Laura said something. Who would like to see what Matt Laura said? Oh, dearie, dearie me. Hang on, where is it? Apparently, Matt Laura said this. Tottenham consider Sean Dyche to rescue the club from relegation should De Zerbi continue to insist he will only take the job at the end of the season. That's Matt Law and Sam Wallace, who I believe is of the Telegraph. Oh, Spurs. Hang on, let's see if I can find that. Hang on, let's see if I can find Sam Wallace. There he is. Here we go. I'll show you guys and girls. I'm going to show you. There we go. I'm not making it up. Sean Dyche, a potential candidate to take over at Tottenham for the last 7 games. First choice, De Zerbi continues to hold out on starting the role, the job in the summer. Wow. There we go. We are back. We're back. Everybody join in. Dyche, 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 Dyche. I just find this hilarious now. I just find this hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, the purveyor of doom. Oh my God, I need that in my life. Oh my God, I need that in my life. Right, I've got to say. Oh, Ben K. Ben K. Let me send that to myself. That is amazing. Let me send that to myself. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Oh, how we laugh, how we laugh, how we laugh. How we laugh. Come on. Why is that not sent to myself? There it is. The purveyor of doom, ladies and gentlemen. The purveyor of doom. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This club. Listen, if you don't laugh, you cry. Right? If you don't laugh, you cry. Here he is. Here he is, ladies and gents. The purveyor of doom. Everything negative. Yeah. I love it. I might change that. I might have that as my logo. I might have that as my logo. Oh, wow. Let me know in the chat. Sean Dyche, ladies and gentlemen. Spurs and Forest. Just having a... Oh, wow. I've had another one put into my backstage, I believe. Oh, wow. I think someone's up. I think, oh my God, here we go. This one, Perchy's uploaded. Perchy's gone dark with it. God, I look pretty sexy there. Look at me. Look at me. Ladies in the chat, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, ladies in the chat? The purveyor of doom. I could get a Netflix special. The purveyor of doom. So, I've got a message, Wolfie. How do I not? I mean, a Spur. Oh my God! Like, this is hilarious. Where is he, Wolfie? Wolfie. Sean Dyche, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Dyche. Wow. Let me know in the chat. I'll tell you what. One last poll. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to word it. At this desperate stage, would you take Dyche? Oh, my God. There's no other option. It is yes or no. It is yes or no. There are no other options. Would you take Sean Dyche? Wolfie just said, hang on, let's. Sean Dyche. Oh my God, you have to love Spurs, don't you? You have to love Spurs. Sean Dyche. Drula, the Telegraph and Matt Law and Sam Wallace are saying that Spurs are going to turn to Sean Dyche if De Zerbi... I mean, have we been talking to De Zerbi all this time for a guy that doesn't want to take... If you're De Zerbi, you'd be an idiot to take the job now. You'd be an idiot, wouldn't you? For his own reputation. For his own reputation, by the way, the purveyor of doom says no to Dyche. I don't care, actually, but which one's better? The purveyor of doom. Hang on, have we got another one here? I think there's another one. Oh, look, chaos is coming. Oh, it's a Netflix special. Netflix, the purveyor of doom. Chaos is coming. I love that. I'm getting my own Netflix series called The Purveyor of Doom. Guys, it really is sad to see how we've fallen, isn't it? It really is sad to see how far we have fallen. We're talking about Dyche. We're talking about Dyche. Yes, and should be in the background as my mortal enemy with loads of Australians with a flag. I've thoroughly enjoyed today. This has been good fun, hasn't it? We've had a laugh, haven't we? We've had a laugh. And if we don't laugh, we cry. Look, I don't know, guys and girls. I don't know. Look, we're going to wrap up soon. I'll send you over. When Sean starts, I'll send you over to Sean's channel. I believe he's got Kate on. Dyche, let's have a look at the poll. 59% yes, 41% no. Look at what Wolfie has said to me. Oh my God, I'll laugh forever. I mean, we're just laughed at by everyone. But didn't Ricky Sachs come onto my show last week and said he wants yeah, I haven't forgot the freezer, thank you. Didn't Ricky Sachs say that he wanted Dyche? Oh, hang on, I'm messaging Ricky Sachs. Here we go. I'm messaging Saxy. Let's have a look. Hang on, here we go, Ricky. Your dream is coming true. I mean, at this stage, Matt, at this stage, does it matter? Tudor's getting us relegated and you told us anyone but Frank. So at the moment, it's getting worse and worse and worse. I'll ask you this. Could Sean... I can't bring this up on screen. The purveyor of Dyche. I love this, right? Again, I'll call him out. Matt said anyone but Frank, and it's got worse under Tudor. I don't believe, by the way, I'm not saying anything. Whether I want Dyche or not, I don't care. But as it stands right now, I trust Dyche more than I do Tudor. I think at least Dyche would go back to basics. I think Dyche will go back to basics. That's how bad we've got. I don't think he's worse. No, people are just sending me loads and loads of the purveyor of doom, everybody. The purveyor of doom. I'm just waiting for Sean to go live, and I'll send you over there. I don't think he started yet. This show's meant to be started 5 minutes ago. Naughty Sean. Naughty Sean. I don't know, guys. What do you say? What do you say anymore? What do you say? Sean Dyche. What do you say? I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk in here. Somebody blocked me yesterday. Oh, I'm back. I've been unblocked. I'm back. I've been unblocked. Somebody blocked me on Sean's show yesterday. I was only watching. I wasn't even typing in the comments. You got to laugh. You got to laugh. Matt, listen. The purveyor of doom. Look at this. The purveyor of doom. I love that. That poster is amazing. Thank you, Perchy. Matt, is he worse than Tudor? Is he worse than Tudor? I don't think he is. I've seen nothing from the manager you wanted, Tudor, to suggest. Again, as I said, people, right? And this, absolutely, thank you, Kingslayer. This is from the fan. He wants a youth club and he wants to hype up every average player. But now the people that want Dyche are the problem. This is hilarious. He wanted Tudor. You know how I know he wanted Tudor? He said, anyone but Frank. As Perchy said, anyone but Frank. Tudor is anyone. You got what you wanted. Oh, mate, I don't even know. I actually put in a super chat and then couldn't respond to it because somebody blocked me on Sean's channel. It was absolutely ridiculous. Blocking me. Like, I wasn't rude to anyone. Absolutely crazy. Is Sean going to go live or not? Am I? Sean, go live. Go live, Sean, of Spurs Talk Show. Go live. He's gone live. He's got Jim and Kate on. I'm sending you over. Take care. Much love. And as always, come on, you Spurs.